gonna get into the first question. And the first question is, when were you born? When? You. Was. Born. I was born in September. September. Okay, the next question is, what was or was your dream job? Well, I was diagnosed with arthritis when I was in school, so I never got a chance to work, let alone go to college. So I would say my dream job. I really, don't have a dream job. I mean, I just want something that I can just do, that I love doing, and be able to survive, live, life and stuff like that. I don't have to worry about finance and stuff. That's all I want. But I don't really have a particular dream job. Um, the third question is, what inspired you to do ASMR? So, what inspired me to do ASMR? ASMR. I forgot to spell ASMR. So, one, I had a lot of people tell me that, my voice is very soothing and stuff. And, one day, one particular person was like, you should do ASMR. Now, I didn't just go do it because that's what they said or they thought. But I decided to try it one day on my own, way before that. And, just to see how it would sound. And, I did it at one time and that was it. I never thought about it more after that. So, like I said, later on, I was told that and I was like, well, maybe I should give it another try. Maybe I should, give it another thought. So, I decided to try it and I've been doing ASMR ever since. So, really, what really inspired me to do, that's kind of, sort of what inspired me, but what really inspired me to do ASMR is that, realize that, over the years, it have helped me sleep and get the sleep that I need. And I, want to help people and love to help people, especially when I can. So I was like, why not? Why shouldn't I try it and give it a try? And maybe I can help someone else, So that's what really inspired me. Inspired sweets. Only thing I really kind of eat these days was like cake. It's like honey buns. I have some donuts every now and then, but I like honey buns, honey buns, honey buns, honey buns. My favorites. Okay, the next question is a cool trick you can do. Now that's kind of like a tricky question because I don't really have any cool tricks that I can do. Well, now I can't do it, but when I was younger, I used to like to do. When I was younger, and didn't have any health problems. I used to like to do the handstand a lot. I couldn't do it because my balance, wasn't good. So I just tried to throw my body up. But one day I did that, and I came down on my neck, and I broke my neck. So needless to say, I never done that no more. And I used to like to get it, be at home in my bed and I could just roll over like that. But other than that, really ain't no cool trick because everybody used to do that. But yeah, that's what I like. I mean, I used to like to do, but I don't really have any tricks that I do now because I really can't do much, like that. The next question is a fun fact or funny story about your childhood. Fun fact or funny story. Well, a funny story is one day I was standing up at the car and I was talking to someone and I went for a walk away and don't ask me how, but somehow I fell up in the car and they was looking for me. They was like, wonder where I was, and I got up. They were like, what happened to you? Like, I fell up in the car. Like, how you fall up in the whole car? And they was so tickled. To this day, I don't even know how I get there. That's a funny story. And, yeah, so that's a funny story. Okay, so the next question is, were you baptized and how was it? So, I wasn't baptized, so I really don't know how it was. But I've seen other people been baptized. But I would like to get baptized one day. Find me church to go to, something like that. But other than that, no, I haven't been baptized. The next question is, what's another hobby you have or want to have? So, a hobby I have, besides ASMR, I would like to have another hobby where I'll be doing digital marketing, where I would like to start off doing it maybe like a hobby, and then maybe it can transpire to something bigger, But I do like to do puzzle books. I like to read books that I like, or books that I can learn from, that I like. I like to watch TV. I know that, people be like, well, you should be maybe learning, doing something with, especially in the world we in, but baby, I do like to watch my TV, okay? And, I like to, sometimes do games on my phone. Sometimes I play fun games on my phone, and sometimes I play math games on my phone, like learning games. But, yeah. My next hobby besides me doing ASMR, I would like to do digital marketing. Excuse me, I'm sorry. The next question is, a chore you like doing? Well, when it comes to chores, I mostly like to sweep. That's the first thing that I do, is start sweeping. And then sometimes I'll wash dishes, do the clothes, stuff like that, but I mostly like to sweep. I somehow enjoy sweeping because I find myself favorite shopping place. Favorite shopping place. So my favorite shopping place would be, well, I like to shop online mostly. And a lot of you might not like for me to say this, but I've been shopping on Amazon a lot lately, so I would say it's my favorite, but so far that's what I've been mostly shopping at. But I would say my favorite would be well, basically this is something that it would be any online or place that I can go and get a lot of things from, you know. So I've been most, like I said, on Amazon lately. But I lately, like I said, I like Temu pretty good. So I'll say Temu, and then, like I said, I be on Amazon a lot, but they kind of like real high. But like I said, I understand the mess that's going on with them and people make everything, but I, you know, everybody do their own thing and stuff like that. But I've been liking Temu. I don't order anything out Temu, but you know, I like some of the stuff that they have on there, you know. And I try to order some stuff, you know, depends on what it is. So kind of like Temu. Um, the next question is, what do you use to make ASMR? Kind of camera, mic, etc. So my equipment for ASMR, well, what I do my videos on is my iPhone 15, Pro Max 15. That's what I'm using currently, usually now. And I'm using this phone to read the questions off of. But I be using my iPhone to do my videos and stuff. And I use a black Yeti. Well, it's a blue Yeti, but it's the color black. So I use the color black blue Yeti microphone for the sound and everything. I had a different mic before that when I first started, but I invested into this one. It wasn't cheap, but this was an investment that I had to make, and I'm glad that I did make, that investment. I did bought one that was silver, but I had to send it back because it wasn't working right somehow. So I ended up getting this black one, and at first I had trouble with it, and I was trying to figure out what's going on with it, but couldn't find out. You can hook it to your computer or no phone, just the naked. Just you have to have like an earpiece to use with this microphone. You can't just connect it, to your computer or something like that. They have some type of earpiece and plug into your phone to better use it the right way. I end up watching Sassy Sounds, and she said that in one of her videos, and I thank her for that. And now I'm able to use my microphone. Thank you, because I was like, oh my God, what's going on? I was like, I didn't know, but I had to send this one back. But I use my iPhone to go live or do my videos. All my videos, I use iMovie to edit my videos. I sometimes use CapCut, stuff like that. But I mostly use iMovie. And the microphone, like I said, I use a Blue Yeti microphone, the color black. And what else? And my lights. I got the little lights over here. I didn't put on my wall, but I use my little lights. Let me turn it so you can see. The little lights right there. As you can see, I got my lights right there so that I can have the brightness, or a lot of light, so that my videos can be a little bit more clear, and not blurry. But that's mostly what I use so far for my ASMR content. But I'm thinking about investing in some more stuff, And also I got this chair, but I'm gonna get a no chair Okay, favorite book in the Bible. Favorite book. Well, be honest with you, I don't really I be reading the Bible app, but I haven't been reading it in a while, so I gotta get back to reading it. You know, don't get me wrong. I used to try to read the Bible, like the big book, real book, but I couldn't really understand, cause how the words so close together and everything, and I can't see that good. So I gonna try to download the Bible app and get back into reading it. So basically, I've been reading enough to say that I have a favorite book or anything like that out of there. So don't judge me, but yeah. So the next question is least favorite book. Um, well, my least favorite book is so far I don't really have a particular least favorite book, but I will say my least favorite book will be a book that's not interesting or a book that I can't learn from or anything like that. I will say that, but I don't have like a particular book, cause like I said, I got to get back to reading. The few books that I do have, I got to get me a bookshelf so I can start building my books up and reading and stuff like that. But it just least favorite would be a book that's not interesting to me and that I can't learn anything from it, or just not fun to read. The next question is pet peeve. Oh my god, I have a lot of pet peeves, but um, pet peeve is one of my main pet peeves is that I don't like when people look down on other people, or people they like. I always say you have to learn to crawl before you walk, so I don't like to see other people be like, well, you should be doing this, you should have this, you should do that, or you should be hearing this and that by now. Like for instance, everybody on Instagram or social media, and they telling you ways how to make money, and they like, well, everybody feel like everybody should have the same thing. They should do this, they should be doing that, but you don't know nobody life. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tell nobody what excuse they making or none of that, because you don't know what they go through. So instead of just looking down on them or being mean to them or negative, just encourage them, because you never know what someone's going through. So I just, I don't like when people, just like I said, think they too much or more to somebody else, or looking down on people and trying to speak on somebody's life and don't even know, what they saying or what they talking about. That's one of the main things that I can't stand. The next question is, how's your 2025 so far? So that is a great question. I mean, I love all the questions, but that's one of the no great question for us, like pertaining to this year. It's going good so far. I'm blessed. I mean, I can't complain about nothing. I'm blessed to see this year, to be here to see this year. I'm blessed, with all the bad weather that's been going on. I've been surviving that. I'm blessed that, every day that God blessed me to see another day where I get a chance to wake up. I'm blessed to be here, sitting here now, doing these questions, answering these questions, and talking to you right now. So, that's just the best part about so far everything is going good. I got my ads on my channel going, the way I hope. And I'm able to create another channel and work on it, and try to get into the digital marketing space and work on getting that going. So I'm just blessed overall, like I said, to just be here, to see another year, and to be sitting here in front of you right now, talking to you and answering these questions. And just every day that I get a chance to wake up to see another day, to get it right, I'm blessed. So I can't complain. I hope like that, but because it always, mostly God will and not your plan. But excuse me, to answer the question is, my plan for the rest of the year is to just, I'm gonna be transparent with you, just like anybody else. My plan for this year, excuse me, I'm sorry, my sinus, and I keep trying to burp. But my plans for the rest of this year is to clear up all my debt, get out of any debt that I have, and start to lessen my bills, and get my finances together, and start saving more and doing more, with stuff, and work on, maybe for the next year or a couple years, work on getting me somewhere, give me a place, my own place. Pray to God that that can happen, you know. So that's my plans for the rest of this year, is to clear up any debt that I have, and lessen my bills, and get my finances in order for the next couple years, next few years that God bless me to see, to get myself together where I can have my own place one day, like that. So that's my plans. The next question is possible travel. Well, so far I've been to Florida more than once, and I've been to Georgia to the Coca-Cola, and been to Gulf Shores. But I would like to go. I would like to travel to like the Bahamas, place like that. But for us, being within the U.S., I would like to go. I would like to travel to. I'm trying to say. Well, they got like, I think up there in Tennessee, I think they had like the little wooden houses you could stay in, little wooden cabins. I would like to travel to somewhere like that and live in a wooden cabin, go on a trip and just enjoy. I would love to do that. I haven't never done it, so I would love to do that. I've been watching people build these cabins on YouTube, so kind of excite me. So I would love to, go visit one and have a vacation to be in one. The next question is, anything you want to address or say? Well, that's a great question, because for one, I know it took me forever to do this questionnaire, and I apologize for that. But I'm trying to get it out now. I'm doing this now and trying to get this video out to you guys so that you can enjoy it, and I hope that you enjoy it, and I hope that I answer your questions the proper way, and that you understand and didn't confuse you in any kind of way. And I'm just glad that that this person, God put in their heart to ask me this questionnaire, because these are some awesome questions, and I love it, and I couldn't thank you enough for asking me this and me being able to answer these questions. And I sit and think about these questions in my head to myself as I'm answering these questions that you ask, and giving you guys more insight about me and stuff like that, and sharing myself to you, because I'm not a person that just mostly like put myself out, like kind of way. So I'm glad to be able to start kind of my comfort zone more to answer these questions, and open up to my audience or to my besties. So that's what I wanted to say, and I appreciate that. still ain't. It's still